When we start to engage in this path of mind-body healing, often one of the first things that we're confronted with is a variety of sensations in the body. And in today's video, we're answering a community question about tension. What does it mean? What do I do about it? And is it a sign that I'm on the right track? So this question that we're answering says, Leslie, since I've started using your subtle body tools, I've noticed how my whole body is clenched or tense most of the time. When I notice that throughout the day, I take deep breaths and release the tension. Is releasing it enough? I'm noticing, and is noticing this a sign that I'm somewhat headed in the right direction? The good news is, yes, noticing tension is generally a sign that you are headed in the right direction, because often you may have noticed or had the experience where maybe you go to get a massage and the massage therapist says, whoa, you got some serious knots back here. Can you feel that? And a lot of the times people will be like, oh, no. So whenever tension is flying under the radar, it gives us a little bit of a sign that part of our mind-body system, even on a gross physical level, hasn't been paying attention or isn't connected with the discomfort. And this is kind of normal. Whenever we have something over a long period of time, the mind and the body and even the brain tend to sort of normalize it and just kind of ignore it in that way. But to really get to the place where the tension isn't even arising to begin with, we actually have to start noticing it first. So yes, noticing tension is a great first sign, and then being able to breathe and relax the tension is also a positive thing. Here's what I want to put on your clipboard if you are someone who is doing some of this mind-body healing work, is that it's not necessarily a question, is it enough? Because being able to breathe into the sensation to release it is really good. But when we're in any sort of situation in the body or in life where the challenge, in this case tension, keeps coming up, and we do a little thing in the moment and it goes down, but then it comes up again and we do a little thing, and it comes up and we do a little thing. Sooner or later, our logical mind has to notice, wait a minute, even though I do the little thing in the moment, it's still arising every time. It's just like a dandelion where I keep cutting the head off the dandelion, but the dandelions keep coming up. So ultimately, what I want to plant the seed for is that we have to ask, where is the source of this? And this is what I train people in. So if you'd like some subtle body things to get down to the source, to actually release it from the body, the thing that I want you to know is that no matter what we're doing, whether it's noticing or other things, noticing is always the first step. But then the missing steps that are often not there is we have to judge by results. If the technique that I'm doing only stops it for a moment, it's just natural to understand that that technique is not getting to the source. So what we really work on, and what I teach people who have done therapy for 10 years but not gotten the results they needed because it helped in that little thing in the moment and it got a little better, but the pattern is still there. It hasn't gotten down to the source. When you do get down to the source of where the real source of that tension is lodged in the body, and you release that in a way that you can feel, you will notice that not only does it feel different in the moment, but it also stops coming up in your daily life. It's actually just gone. So I want you to hear from my heart to yours that that is possible. I see it on a daily basis in myself and the clients that I work with, that the subtle body level does make a difference. And unless you are getting down to the source of things, you'll be managing, which is important, but often we want to go beyond managing in our life to actually changing from the inside out, and we can actually practically judge by results. So great question. If you'd like more insights and tips and tools for this subtle body method of tracing things down below the surface to where they really reserve and hide out in the body so that you can get results that last, check out some of the resources below. This is Leslie saying you are a soul with a body, and I'll see you next time.